3, 2, 1, and I think we're live now. And let me see. Are we? Yeah. Okay. Hey guys, we're gonna have an awesome show. I got Breakaway Ray with me, and we're gonna go and get started. And buckle up, it's gonna be a wild night. We've got 3 shows starting right now, and this. Okay, so I'm muted, but I also put up the subscribe button, guys. Remember to subscribe here and on Rumble. If you're not subscribed, it's showing the it should be showing. It's like the little bell icon. Hit the little bell icon. Remember to like the video and hit the subscribe, especially on Rumble, because I'm almost up to like 5,000 subscribers on Rumble. Wow. So like, I'm excited about that, right? And a little bit more about my guest. He's the author of the book, The Convoluted Autobiography. I wrote a little blog about it. On 8/8, the Peak of the Lions Portal, we welcome back Breakaway Ray, also known as Arsino, for a special evening of Lionsgate tarot readings. As the Sirius stargate opens, energy floods the planet, making this a powerful time for manifestation, clarity, and quantum alignment. Breakaway Ray is an intuitive reader and contactee. I don't know. The AI wrote that. He said, who blends tarot, multidimensional insight, and cosmic codes to help seekers step into their highest timeline. Live readings and insights from beyond the veil await. And I'd like to give him a big warm welcome back to the show. Ray, thanks so much for coming back on, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, Rob. I love coming on your show. It's such an honor to be here. We were planning for a visit in August, and we forgot all about August 8th being the Lionsgate. That's a great holiday for me to show up. I don't know a lot about the Lionsgate, so I used the internet, and I got a screenshot, and I can read a little bit about it, but I think you pretty much covered it. Here's what the artificial intelligence says. The Lionsgate 88 or Lionsgate portal refers to a period peaking around August 8th when astrological and numerological factors are believed to align, creating a powerful time for manifestation and spiritual growth. And so that's going to be my big theme today, is encouraging anyone or everyone to take their best shot at manifestation or spiritual growth or a positive change in their life. When we throw cards today, I hope that that's the message that comes through. I also like this part here. This is the scientific part. It's associated with the sun being in Leo, also the star Sirius, which we know is a trinary star system, and also the constellation Orion. All 3 of those align, and it opens a portal of high vibration energy. This is seen as an opportunity to harness this energy for personal transformation and achieving desired outcomes. All right. I'm not an expert on it, but that's a good place to start. And,
what I was going to say is we could use this as a time for all of us that have had a bad year, because I know it's been like a rough year for a lot of us, We could use this time to say, okay, this is a new beginning. There's fresh, good energy coming in. It says that, it's as the Sirius stargate opens, energy floods the planet, making this a powerful time, like Ray said, for manifestation, clarity, and quantum alignment. Let's just turn this around and make this the best year like 2025 was supposed to be, as compared to, bad things keep happening. And, we could turn this around and make it a good year. What do you think, Ray?
That's right. There's nowhere to go but up. So let's make it happen while we're still here, while we're still young, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, cool.
What's been going on, Ray? How's everything going? Before we get into the readings, how's everything going with you?
Well, the short answer is that things are going pretty good. If you know anything about my background history, I know some of your audience members follow me a little bit there. That stuff is still there. But it fuels my fire. So it fuels my fire. I was on Star Card podcast. I'm the host over there, and I was doing a tarot throw on, what was it, Tuesday morning, or was it yesterday morning? I don't remember. But 2 of our friends were there. Jason H. and Selena were there. And also Julia Anchorhaven showed up, and I threw some cards, and I got to do what you do, Rob. I'm managing the show, and I'm looking at the chat to see what people say, so I know what I'm doing. I'm like, wow, is this what Rob goes through? Anyway, having a good time doing that.
I always say that people should have a host to guide them, because then you can just focus on the readings, and then I can look at the email to see who donated, and then I can pull up the names of who's next and all that. Because it could be a lot. But I give credit to a lot of people on TikTok. A lot of people on TikTok do personal readings for people, and they manage it well. They don't have a moderator, like they just do it, And I was thinking about wanting to do that myself. I'd like to eventually do readings, but I need to tap into my skills more because I'm one of those people that if I have a guest with me, I'm fine. But if the camera's just on me, I start to think what am I going to say? You know what I mean? I can't just go by myself. Some people can do hours long podcasts on their own, and I can't do that for some reason. I just have to. I have to have someone there. It seems like. I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I got a little bit spooked when I was doing it myself, but then I realized I happen to have a lot of practice. Speaking up at the front of a classroom, for example, for 30 minutes and trying to keep people engaged, and organizing my thoughts. I got that part going for me. I would say that you got the technical part down. Because you're monitoring Rumble and YouTube and a couple of different chats and donations and stuff. So that part's probably very easy for you. That's second nature. I don't look at TikTok at all, by the way, but I do follow 2 people on YouTube. And, when they throw cards, it teaches me a lot. I got to say thanks to Rob, right on his show here. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I only started tarot in March. And I took a class with the great Matthew Mornian. And now I'm holding my own. And more importantly, when I do readings for myself, I feel like there's another presence there, and they're trying to give me some positive pointers, because you have to ask for them. You have to ask, show me the right way to go, or give me a clue in a positive way. Don't accentuate the negative, which is what a lot of us do just normally in the first place. To always have a perspective where you're finding the positive. And again, Lions Gate 8-8. Let's focus on the positive. Let's make good things happen. Nowhere to go but up.
Oh, sorry, Ray. Go ahead, Ray. Sorry.
No, that was my punctuation mark.
Yeah. Well, should we start and we get into it? I can go through the donations first. So I'll go through the donations first, and he wants a reading after that. I'll just go in line. So the first one is Anchor Haven. And thank you, Anchor Haven. She always donates. She's amazing. And, you guys got Anchor Haven's podcast, not just her podcast, but she's doing something similar to this. She's having guests on and doing readings and stuff. I knew she had Soma Raw on yesterday, who I got to meet in person. And Soma's as cool in person as she is. By the way, Ray, the conference was amazing. I'm really glad I got to go. Thankful to people that helped me get there, and you know what I mean. It was a big help, man. You know what I mean. It ended up being amazing. It was really
that's awesome. I saw some of your videos. I saw you walking on the beach. I know you were having a good time, so I'm glad you got to go. Just not just professionally, but personally. And I also think that a lot of people are happy to see you there. They count on you. They connect with you. They communicate with you and through you. So I think it was good for everyone else who saw you there for you to be there. Look at this.
Yeah, it was weird. It was halfway through, I was at first I started filming a lot. The first couple of days I was there, before nobody was there, I filmed a lot. And then I realized, I was like, man, I might turn this into a vacation. And, I filmed a lot less. But what I did was I set up connections for podcasts after the conference, more so than interviews at the conference, So it was cool. I got one big one with Nate and James Bartley, while I was there.
Yeah.
And, it was really cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know if Anchor Haven had a question or if she just wants a general reading.
I'm going to throw a general reading for Julia Anchor Haven. I think the cards already know what they want to say to her. This is all for entertainment purposes only, but if I throw some cards and the message resonates with someone, I'm happy to have delivered it. So I'm going to invite the cards to please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear for Julia Anchor Haven. Great podcaster. What a variety of guests she has on her program also.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And she's industrious like you. She's always at it. She's putting out a couple of shows a week for sure. Every time I turn around, she's dropping one.
Yeah, I'm happy for her. I really want to succeed. She's an amazing person. She's always very supportive, and she's a really good person.
Yeah, she's a very caring individual. All right, let's see if we got some messages for Julia. All right.
Now you put a couple cards up to the side first. Do you always, or is that is this new? You're putting them face down?
Yeah, I draw them face down, and then when I reveal them, the story seems to flow better for me. Sometimes I start with 2 or 3. Usually, like the first sentence is the spirit world recapitulating what I asked for. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
All right. So I have the Empress, which is a great card to start with. A lot of things that we were talking about with Julia being a caring person and a nurturing person. It's represented here with the Empress. And this is another happy card here, the 4 of Wands, which is the homecoming card. Let's reveal some more pictures here and see how the story shapes up for Julia and positive manifestation in her life. All right, well, here's another good sign. You got the Page of Swords, and you can see that guy is like, he's a young guy, but he's also like looking out to the future. He's looking for probably what's positive, what's coming at me with grace and ease. What can I enjoy? What adventure am I going to have? Next up, all right, well, here comes your adventure. Here's the 5 of Swords, which represents bullying and abuse and conflict. But we all know that's not the end of the story. All right, and there you have it. I wonder if we threw this for Julia last time I was on your show. It's the Knight of Wands. The reason why I ask is because underneath the horse there, you can see the 3 pyramids in Egypt, and I think that was like a conversation item last time. So even with just this sentence, if this means, Julia, look for something to manifest in a positive way, like this guy is, overlook, the haters and the trolls or whatever's getting you down, and focus on being energetic and charging forward because you're on a good mission, Julia. And now let's see what the last 3 cards have to say, and then I'm sure it'll all shape up. How about another knight, the Knight of Pentacles? I'm going to get my glass out and read these cards to you. You got 2 knights so far. All right. Here's a card that's been in my life this week. It's the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands represents a challenge. And don't forget that, this guy's on top of the hill. He's got the higher ground. So he might be up against 6 other guys, but he's got the higher ground. He's kind of like Jason Statham or Bruce Lee. He's going to take on a bunch of guys at once because he can. He's got the power. Oh, yay. And may I mention at this time, by the way, so the star card says, you finish up by thinking of hope and faith and looking forward and being positive like we talked about. So even when you get to the end, you're being circumspect. I almost said that correctly. You're being circumspect. You're being a Monday morning quarterback, as we say in the USA. You're taking a step back and you just realize, I started off as a nurturing person. I'm on the path to heal my soul and to go home to my star family. I'm looking for positive things to manifest. I'm looking past the guys who are annoying me and abusing me, and I'm going to charge forward because this guy's charging forward. The Knight of Pentacles represents, where's my glass? Here it is. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles, hard work, productivity, routine, conservation, efficiency, and responsibility, which again, that sounds like her work ethic, okay? And you meet all the challenges and you're going to have faith and you're going to have hope. So at the end of the day, you don't look back and say, it was a day filled with a battle here and a battle there. You look back and you say, you know what? I got hope because my soul is going home. I hope that was a good, fun reading for Julia. I hope it was inspirational. And I want to point out, Julia, that there was no tower card. Not this time. Not on the Lionsgate day.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Maybe we'll get all good readings for the Lionsgate, You never know.
That's my plan.
I mean, yeah. This is the next one is Kelly. I know Kelly's a big fan of yours. She was telling me she was happy to see you back on the show. And let me see if she wrote a note. She said Breakaway Ray reading. So,
all right. Look at it. Wow, these cards keep flopping out. Hello, Kelly. Good to see you again. Last time I heard from you, you mentioned that you were purchasing my book. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy reading it. I'd like to remind all the people who go to read my book, start with the epilogue. Start at the end of the story. The epilogue with Psychic Liz Cross gives you a good overview of what's going on in that book I wrote. I'm currently working on the sequel to it, and I'm also working on another book at the same time. Anyway, they're not ready for me to talk about publishing yet. I'm still working on them. I'm having fun on the podcast, though. I got the tarot cam thing figured out, and I know that our mutual friends have found me over at Star Card, so I expect next time I go out and throw some cards. I bet we see some more people out there. All right. So this is for Kelly, another Pennsylvania person, right? Pittsburgh.
Yeah, she's from my city. Yeah, we met before. Yeah.
How's the weather out there in Pittsburgh? Is it improving? It was like
like Missy Hill told me this yesterday, and I think there's something. I think there's definitely up with the weather, and we're going to talk about this later when Missy comes on the show. Like, it's weird in Pennsylvania right now. In the evening, it feels like fall. Like, I mean, I know it's already August, but it should still be like real hot weather, and it is for the most part. But like, it almost feels like fall weather. You know what I mean? It's really strange. Like, it's almost like days and months are like skipping them, or like you feel like a day is a different day. Like, sometimes I'll feel like a Friday is a Monday, and a Monday. You know what I mean? Like, it's strange, right? I don't know if anybody else has felt that out there, but like, it's but the weather's, it's good for the most part, Yeah,
good. I know it was an issue last time. We have our own weather situation out where I am, but let's pick some cards out here for Kelly. First up, it's the Page of Cups. It's the pleasant surprise. In my opinion, if you're going to manifest things, you should be prepared for a pleasant surprise.
Oh yeah.
And the King of Wands, he's the one that says it's the big picture. So maybe in Kelly's life right now, the big picture is watch out for pleasant surprises, or maybe all of your encounters in life should be considered pleasant surprises. Like, even the ones that trouble us, when we can walk away from a troubling interaction and heal from it, that's a pleasant surprise, and we can move on. We're not carrying that around anymore. Anyway, let's go to the second sentence. All right. The Eight of Pentacles represents hard work. Did we just read this one? Let's see. It says here, diligence, passion, high standards, apprenticeship, mastery, skill development, and repetitive tasks. See, this guy is like etching the star onto all the coins, and the pentacles, that's repetitive work. So, you know what? We all have to go through it. We all have to do our repetitive tasks. We all have the career to master, our skills to master. Anyway, next up is the Two of Wands for you, Kelly, which is the card that says you have the green light. Go for it. You're holding the globe in your hand. You already have a plan. You already know what you're doing. And the universe says you should just go. You got the green light. So work hard. You got the green light. All right. These are all nice cards today so far. Good reading so far. Here's the Queen of Wands. I have a crush on. She's the lady that says zest for life. And nice. That will lead to the King of Cups. So this is kind of an inspirational sentence so far. You know what? Work hard, master your skills. It might take years, but you know which direction you're going in. So go for it and enjoy every minute of it. Have a zest for life. Even if you're practicing something and it's like tedious and you've done it a billion times, treasure that moment, because later on that skill and that mastery is going to pay off and you're going to have the energy of the King of Cups. And the King of Cups says emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balance, a supportive leader, tolerance, and empathic. And I would say emotionally balanced is like really important. No one likes to be on stage and not know what to say. No one wants to be thrust into a position where they don't know what they're doing. But that's not what's going to happen. You're going to work hard. You're going to manifest a great situation. You're going to love every minute of your practice. And that's going to get you to be emotionally balanced. No one's going to be able to throw a situation at you, and you're not going to know what to do. You're going to have all this practice behind you. Let's go to the last sentence here, where the spirit world is sending you a send-off, starting with some luck, right? Some wheel of fortune. Find your destiny. You were here on earth. You chose to find your reward. You're going to find it because we're turning this into a positive. The painful episode is over. The 10 of Swords represents the end of a painful episode. So luck is on the way. Kelly, I hope that was an inspirational message. I don't care if it was correct. I hope it was inspirational. I want to thank you, Kelly, for being a fan and for letting me read. And I want to thank Julie also, if I didn't say so. I'm having so much fun, everybody, if you can't tell. Who's next, Rob?
Let me see here. Woman, you don't have to donate for a reading. You can only donate if you can afford it or if you want to. Like, It's totally okay. So I'll get her next. So, and anybody that wants a reading, just put your name in the chat. If you want to donate, you can. You don't have to. It's okay. And
Right.
Kelly donated again, and thank you, Kelly. She said, "Happy Lionsgate." So thank you, Kelly. That was awesome of you. And
yeah, right on.
Both her and Anchor have donated $8.88, which is cool.
Oh,
And I just want to let you know before we get to the next reading, Kelly says that Aurora Diamond Heart's in the chat. Hey, Aurora, good to see you. I love Aurora Diamond Heart. Awesome. And I got to meet her again in person, for the second time this year.
Cool.
Yeah, she's really cool. Yeah. She was with the group I was hanging out with the most there. She was yeah.
I remember she's a Valentine's Day fan.
Yeah. Let me see here. So, Kelly says, "Oh wow, I absolutely love that reading. That was amazing."
Oh, great.
So,
thank you.
The next one is Wilma Diekfeet. And she says, "Let me see here." Okay, and that's her picture, so you can kind of tap into her.
So I see Aurora. You just took down Wilma, I think. I'm reading for Wilma, though, right?
I don't know why that changed. I don't know why that changed. It shouldn't change at all.
That's all right. All right, so we'll take care of Wilma, and I'm happy to do readings, Rob. But by the way, if there's a lull, I got my my control time travel gimmick on the side. I got some subjects that I can also throw cards for, but it looks like everybody's into the readings. I can always throw those other things another time, or even on my podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, if you make any donations, they all go to Rob. So thank you very much for donating to Rob and supporting him. Thanks for being here tonight. That supports Rob too. All right, but we're going to get some messages about positive manifestation for Wilma. And that's a beautiful dog. That actually looks like a painted picture. The dog has 2 different colored eyes. How interesting. Have you ever heard of heterochromia, Rob?
No, what's that?
Heterochromia is like when the iris of your eye has more than one color in it. And I was watching the Imagination podcast, which is another podcast, by the way, that got taken down recently. But she had someone on her show who said, that she had heterochromia, and a lot of those people that they call themselves the elites, well, we call them jerks. They pretty much like worship people with heterochromia. They think that they've got special gifts. May or may not be true, but heterochromia is different than when I'm looking at with this dog. I just see a dog with 2 different colored eyes. Very handsome painting. It looks very real. Anyway, let's get some positive manifestation messages for Wilma. Here we go. It's so wonderful you give me a chance to do this, Rob. It's great practice. So thank you very much for the Tarot Lab. Let's have some positive messages for Wilma, please. Positive manifestation on the Lionsgate 88. Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Positive manifestation. We're all going to make it happen tonight. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's get going. Woo. It's the Chariot. That's movement. Oh, all right. See, I'm asking the cards for nice positive messages. Here's the Sun, and the Sun card says all is well. So move forward. All is well. Let's see how positive the rest of this message is. The Ace of Cups. I'll read that for you real quick because that's a special card. The Ace of Cups. Love, compassion, creativity, new feelings, spirituality, intuition, a new baby, proposal, marriage. Wow. Oh, how nice. Temperance. This card is action-packed, but it represents balance. It's kind of like the karate master, the kung fu master on the top of the hill. He never gets excited, but he's always under control. Okay, next up, it's our friend, the King of Cups. He's back for more. All these auspicious cards. Hey, and I like this card too. Here is the 6 of Cups, which can be about having happy memories or even creating happy memories. So let me take a look at the Temperance card real quick. Temperance, balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, and finding meaning. The King of Cups reads emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balance, supportive leader. Hey, I'm going to stop right there. This card's all about balance. This guy's talking about balance. I just talked about the Kung Fu master at the top of the hill who's emotionally balanced. I think being emotionally balanced is a good path forward for everybody. Control all your emotions, but when you're ready to release them, direct them towards your positive manifestation, because it's all just energy. To take that energy, instead of spinning it off and, I'm bitter about this, I'm resentful about that, control it, manipulate it in your mind, turn it into something positive, and then you're going to create some happy memories with manifestation. And to close for Wilma, the Empress is here. The Empress reads, abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, action. So there's good parenting, and also there's evolution. Maybe there's a spiritual evolution taking place. Things are changing fast for everybody on the planet. And you know what? We don't know what it is because it's hidden. Something is hidden, according to the Seven of Swords. Betrayal, deception, getting away with something, acting strategically, and trickery. I'm going to subtract all the negative words and just go with acting strategically. And another thing I'd like to say is, one of my affirmations in the morning when I go on my hike is, reveal to me the great magician's storehouse. Nothing is too good for me. And I'm asking for the universe to reveal the great magician's storehouse because it is hidden from me. I don't know what the universe has in store for me or what they have planned. And I never will. But I got to trust the universe that they're going to get it to me when I need it. You can't always get what you want, but you can get what you need. Hey, Wilma, thank you for letting me read. I hope that was a good inspirational message for you.
Yeah. And guys, if you're just tuning in now, we said that, since this is like a time of the Lions Gate and it's bringing in new energies, we want to try to make this like our turnaround for anybody who's had a bad year. We'll make this the time where we change around our lives. And I think we're all on a path of changing around our lives. It's just we keep getting roadblocks along the way, so we can try to make this the new energy that's coming in. The best 2025 that we can. For new people are joining. For example, we have this lady here. KK Smith says, and I think that stands for Kathy Cole. She's donated. She says, "Happy Lionsgate. I'd love a mini reading. Happy Lionsgate to you, Kathy. I'm glad you're here."
All right. I'm happy to do a mini reading. I don't know if that means one less card or something, but I'll throw some cards. Yeah. Let's have a Lionsgate reading for KK Smith. Please show us a positive.
You're getting really good. There was a point where you would you're getting more fluent with the cards and you're really starting to put everything together. It's amazing to see the transformation. From when you first started till now, you were always good, but now you're getting really good to where you're really starting to put it together,
I can't tell you what an honor it is for me to hear that from you, Rob. Again, I would know nothing about tarot if it wasn't for you. You've had hundreds of tarot throwers on your show. They're all so awesome. So I really appreciate that. I'm a tarot card reader because of you. You gave me the laboratory to throw the cards. You gave me the direction. You connected me with Matthew Mornian. So I'm really grateful to you. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Rob. Thank you very much. Let's have some positive messages here for KK Smith. Yeah, I really am grateful. This is a fun thing to do. Of course, I mentioned before, I do tarot readings for myself, and it's way better than waiting a couple of weeks for a certain psychic, to be available and make an appointment. Although I do enjoy and love my time with the psychics I talk to. All right, so a reading for KK Smith. Here we go. The cards are ready. Positive manifestation message. Yeah, I was well, let's take care of KK Smith here. Right on. Okay. First up, it's the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, practical, providing financially, a working parent. And then we've seen this guy before, the Page of Wands, inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit, exploration, excitement, and freedom. Perhaps, I don't know if KK is male or female, but perhaps you have the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. You know, you're nurturing and you're practical, but don't forget to explore. I know that finding one's joy in life leads you closer to the path your soul is supposed to take. So, you know, whatever comes to you with grace and ease and brings you joy, that's what you should be pursuing as far as manifestation goes. My opinion. Next up, hooray. You got to love getting this card. I don't care that it says the Fool. The Fool means something different to me now. This is the beginning of the tarot deck. This is the number 0. This is a fresh start. You don't even know what's ahead of you, but look at that giant smile on your face as you walk forward, practically off a cliff, but who cares? You can trust the universe to catch you and take care of you. You're at the very beginning of your adventure. Yeah, let's have some more Ace of Cups. We should throw this card every time. The Ace of Cups is awesome. One more time, Ace of Cups. Love, compassion, creativity, new feelings, spirituality, intuition, new baby, proposal, or marriage. But here, I'm going to follow up with the Fool here. Remember, the Fool's at the beginning, and he's going to trust the universe to bring it to him. And if you look at this card, here it is, the hand of God reaching through the sky, bringing you a cup that's overflowing with whatever it is you need. So the universe has got your back. All right. This is the tarot world challenging me. Here is the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords has the expression in my mind, as much as you can imagine. Now, there's more to the 8 of Swords, but a lot of it's in the head. So I'm going to take a quick look at the 8 of Swords here. Yeah, self-imposed restriction. It could be self-imposed restriction, or it could be self-imposed exploration. You know, it's a person's choice, which way they want to go. But let's see how they finish the sentence. Yeah, the 8 of Cups. Now, this also looks like it's a card of sadness, but really it's a positive choice. There's 8 cups there. It looks like something's missing, even though all 8 cups are there. But this guy's making a decision. You know, those cups don't serve me anymore. I'm going to go find some other cups. So you're at the beginning of your adventure. The universe has your back. And whatever your adventure entails, it's whatever you imagine. That's a real manifestation card. As much as you can imagine, you know, you could just say to yourself, nothing's too good for me. I'm going to walk away from the situation I'm in now. I give permission for change, and I want something positive. I want something positive as much as I can imagine. Nothing is too good for me. And let's finish up right here. Yay. And then if you exercise good manifestation practice, good meditation practice, positive thinking, you're going to have a homecoming and a celebration. That's the 4 of Wands, and it's going to happen fast. There's the 8 of Wands with it. That indicates speed. Well, KK Smith, thank you. That reading was inspirational for me too. I appreciate you letting me read.
Yeah, that was amazing. The next show, wait, I got to reload the chat. This isn't coming through for some reason. The next one is from California Girl. And it's not showing the Rumble chat. It's blocking a message. Oh, I gotta delete this one. I don't know. I'll find her name. Where is she at? It was nice of her. She said, "I love your podcast, and so does my mom." This girl, California Girl USA. So that's great that both you and your mom watch the show. I mean, just here she says, "Yes, Breakaway is really on the ball. Way to go, Ray." So she's the next one.
Yeah. All right. I'm a California boy. I'm native New Yorker, but California boy. Nice to meet you, California Girl USA, and your mom. Hope you're having a great day. Happy weekend, everybody. Happy 8/8. All right, let's get a positive manifestation from my sister, California Girl USA. Positive manifestation for her and for her mom. Let's make positive things happen. The universe says, I got a lot of stuff. Who wants it? They're like shooting T-shirts up into the crowd at the stadium. Everybody get ready. All right. I'm in Southern California. We had a brush fire recently out where I am, but it wasn't going to affect where I was. I could just see the smoke in the sky. Anyway, I know you're going to be talking about weather with Missy later on tonight. And this is for California Girl. Manifestation message. Whoa, okay. Let's go like that. Let's see what's going on. All right. We're going to take the bad news and make it good news, California Girl USA. This is the Ten of Swords card. It indicates the end of a painful episode. I'm going to go ahead and read the card for you and the audience here. It says painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, crisis, failure, collapse, and defeat. You know the tarot world is brave when they start off with this card. They probably have some great message coming from it. And if you've been tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, since Rob and I started, we talked a little bit about how these painful episodes become our fuel for positive manifestation as we march forward and become stronger. Yeah, sweet. Check it out. It's the 9 of Cups card, which is the card that says wishes come true. And check out that guy. He's got like 9 cups. I think there's another kind of a tarot deck that shows a guy, he's got like pink cheeks. You can tell he's been drinking. This is a party card. So, hey, the episode is over. Get ready to party. Everything's going to be good. All right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's the tarot cards, dude. This happens to me all the time. Here is the 4 of Cups. Now, here's another guy. He looks like he's disappointed. He's certainly meditating. All 4 cups are there, but he's not looking at the cup up here that the universe is giving him. He's only looking where it's missing down here. But you know what? I could say that about a lot of people in the Western Hemisphere. We're all not looking. We're all not paying attention to the spiritual world. So it's a message for all of us. You know, we're all starting out. You know what? There's a spirit world. There's a spirit guide. You can ask for help. The universe provides. What? Okay, that's not what they tell us on TV. So that's a good place to start there. We need to pay attention to the spirit world. Here's the Chariot card, which says, keep moving in that direction. And then, how about another party card? It's the 3 of Cups to go with your 9 of Cups back there. I think there's a celebration on the horizon here. Yeah. Well, here is the 5 of Cups. And so we said, you know, check this out. So you got at the beginning of the sentence, this guy's not paying attention to the spirit world. Meanwhile, this guy's he's paying attention to the cups that fell down, but not the cups behind him that are standing up. He is not looking at the positive side. He's looking at the negative side. This guy's not even paying attention to the spiritual world. But if you pay attention to the spiritual world, you move forward, you have a reason to celebrate, because when you're in this position, you can turn it around into a manifestation. And now let's see what the closing words are for California Girl USA. I'm happy to say the Queen of Wands is back. She says, zest for life. I would like to read the card now. Courage, confident, independence, focused, zest for life, determination, joy. You need to wake up every morning, everybody, not just California Girl USA and me too. You need to wake up every morning like it's Christmas morning and there's a bunch of presents under the tree, because every day is a new day, and the universe is going to give you all kinds of surprises if you are paying attention, right? And then if you do have a zest for life, well, you'll be the King of Wands. That's quite a conclusion, by the way. The King of Wands reads natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur, big picture, overcoming challenges, mature, and career focused. I would say that the big picture is you got to have a zest for life because you're a mature person and you can overcome challenges. Look at how far you've come just to get here on August 8th, 2025. So I thought that was a pretty fun reading, California Girl USA. Thank you very much for inviting me to do that. Rob, I'm having a good time. Keep them coming, bro.
Yeah. Let's see if anybody else like a reading. I'm waiting for someone to respond. If I missed you, put your name in the chat now. I could say this. This was a really interesting from Kathy Cole. She says, where is it? Okay, I'll put it up while we're waiting for the next reading. Okay. She said about your reading. She says that was perfect. She says thank you. She says I'm going through a painful divorce with lots of loss. I'm looking forward to starting a new chapter. That was right on. She said. Wow.
I want to thank you for putting up that. I can see it just fine. I'm so glad that the message is helpful. Good luck to you. Anyway, thanks very much. I appreciate that feedback. Lets me know, I'm on the right track, but really there's somebody else involved. I think it's my higher self, but I'm not sure. Someone's really good at putting the right cards in my hands and the right words in my mouth. So I'm happy to help out. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're getting you're getting divine guidance, Ray. You know, that's what I would call that. I would say you're getting divine guidance. Like, okay, the next one is Shelby says, "May I have a reading, please?" And
Yeah, the Puck Elf is back. All right. I remember last time we were talking about Puck Elf and life on the road. I'm happy to do a reading for Puck Elf. And you know what, Puck Elf? We're going to turn it into something positive because it's August 8th. It's a Lionsgate, and we're all about positivity tonight. That's great, Puck Elf. You're so kind to me, Puck Elf. Always invite me to read for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Another reason why this is helpful to someone like me is that I don't know. I don't know most of these people, so my ego can't possibly get involved. So I'm strictly focused on the cards. But anyway, all the people that do ask for readings, everyone in your chat, they're so respectful, and I really appreciate it. Hey, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what I'm doing on Rob's show, don't forget, I'm over at Star Card Podcast, where we get a glimpse at the age of Aquarius ahead of us.
I agree. That was really well said.
Thanks, Rob. All right, let's get some positive manifestation messages for Puck Elf. Yeah. Positive manifestation messages, please, for Puck Elf. Yeah, we know there's going to be challenges for everybody, but we're going to focus on positive manifestation messages. There's another card here for Puck Elf. So, hey, Puck Elf, I did this for Julia Anchorhaven. I'm going to pick one more card for dessert for you. So when we're done with our reading, we're going to have a little dessert right here. Okay, let's see what's happening here for Puck Elf. Oh, remember this guy, the Four of Cups? We just talked about him. So anyway, he's looking at the Three Cups. One looks like is missing, but of course it's right there. The universe is there to provide it. You just got to pay attention. You got to ask for help. Well, hey, everybody saw me shuffle these cards. I think that this is like the tarot energy. We got the Page of Wands again. So let's read about the Page of Wands. Inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential. I think that's like the main thing. Limitless potential, free spirit. Maybe a lot of us, like Puck Elf, maybe we find ourselves in this situation. We're saying, well, where is the universe? I thought you were there to back me up or whatever. But now, we're going to look at it. We're going to say we're a free spirit. We're going to be inspired, and we're going to go looking for it. And we're going to ask for it. And what was the part that I read that I liked here? Limitless potential. There's no limits to what we can do if we're paying attention. And then, there are no limits because you could be the emperor, male or female. You can have the emperor energy. You'll be in control. So this is manifestation right here. Are you feeling like you're missing something? Just remember, you have limitless potential. And when you manifest, you're in total control. We're all in control of our own reality. How many times have people on your show said that? So you start off like that Kung Fu master at the top of the mountain with temperance. That's your center. I'm speaking in general now. I don't know if this applies to Puck Elf, but that's your center. You approach things from a temperate stance. You're not going into road rage right away. You're controlling your emotions. You're not giggly and happy and effervescent because guess what? For some reason, people don't like it when other people are happy. You just present a balanced countenance. And then, you have careful communication. So you see the Two of Cups here. This is my communication with the spirit world, actually. To me, it makes me think of two people talking on the phone in a split screen. But, you present yourself in a balanced way. This kind of sounds like what I'm doing with the tarot cards almost. I'm only focusing on my intention. Please show us a message. I'm speaking to the spirit world. Oh, this is okay. And then the Knight of Swords comes and energetically leads to the Nine of Wands. I still think that this is a message about how to manifest. Start from a balanced place. You got a lot of things on your mind. Set it aside for now. Just focus on the one thing. Communicate to the spirit world. Ask for help. I give permission for change. Can I have help with this, please? And then you will get the help that you need. The Knight of Swords is going to come in. You'll have to look around for it. But what of the experience that you just went through? Well, now you are the Nine of Wands guy. You're the third base coach. You have experience. Now you'll know better next time around. I wish I had this reading about 30 years ago when I was in my 20s, because I thought I knew a lot then and I didn't understand what was going on. But I understand, like, a lot of those trials we go through when we're young, they lead to experience and wisdom that helps us and our family and friends later on in life. So let's see if there's a closing message here. Hey, the Two of Pentacles says you can have it all. You have multiple priorities. That would be, your 3D life and your spiritual world where you're manifesting things. And then, am I calling this? And then you can have it all, and you could be the Queen of Pentacles. You can have her energy. The Queen of Pentacles says nurturing, practical, providing financially. Again, this is a message of the universe will give you what you need as long as you're in alignment with your soul's goal. Let's go to the dessert card. I like this very much. Let's see what we have over here. Give us a good bonus. Oh, okay. How do you like this one? It's the Eight of Wands on August 8th, 888. The Eight of Wands indicates travel. It also indicates flight, but it also indicates speed. So I'd say that's a nice dessert card for you, Puck Elf. Thank you so much for letting me read for you every time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a great reading, Ray. It was awesome.
Thank you, Rob.
And we got more feedback for you. And you guys all go over to the Star Card podcast and subscribe to Ray. He's amazing. And this is just more feedback. I don't know why the comment isn't showing up on the screen. Oh, there it is. It says, great reading, Ray. Yes, I need to work on my connection to Source going through a stressful time. I remember to be thankful to do it for what I have. She says, thank you very much.
Wow, I see that on the screen. I'm so grateful. I like how she spelled great with the number 8 in it. So good luck to you, California Girl USA. Thank you. All right. From Puck Elf.
We have a bunch of people want readings. This is from Mystic Road. And she says, may I have a reading, please? And she says, thank you.
Sure. All right. Hello, Mystic Road. I think this is my first time meeting you. I'm happy to do a reading for you. Thanks for inviting me to do that. All right. Please show us positive manifestation messages from Mystic Road. Please tell us what we need to hear. Please show us what we need to see. Positive manifestation messages from Mystic Road. Here we go. Ooh. All right. Positive manifestation messages from Mystic Road. Card number 1. Oh, yay. The 9 of Pentacles. She says, fruits of your labor. Oh. And the 5 of Wands, we're going to turn this into a positive. The 5 of Wands represents winning at all costs. With the two cards together, it kind of looks like maybe you won something, the fruits of your labor after much conflict. You're sitting in a good position, or maybe you're sitting in the face of conflict or competition. Nevertheless, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. You can take it easy. Remember, we're talking about manifestation here. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me readdress that. Manifestation, all of you have the power of manifestation. The fruits of your labor are your emotions that, you've been living with your entire life. And this is what's going to help you get through the struggles of life through manifestation. And today's a great day to manifest. All right. Manifestation. This is going to be my new manifestation card. I'm not going to read it again, everybody. It's the Ace of Cups. Welcome back, Ace of Cups. The universe is providing. It's overflowing. There's abundance. Oh, first time today, the Hierophant. That's the learned man, but it represents institutions or institutional learning or social acceptance. Here's your Two of Pentacles again. Multiple priorities. You can have it all. All right. And then you have the High Priestess. So we're going to take a look at the High Priestess card. She's got some heavy words underneath her. Intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious, divine feminine, trust yourself, sensitivity, purity, high morals. The high morals part is kind of important. One of the things, I know I'm preaching to the choir here. I know everyone who's tuning in knows this stuff already. But one of the things about manifestation is, it's got to float everyone's boat, right? You just can't say, I want to manifest a lottery ticket, or I want to manifest revenge on my enemies. What you wish for has to come from the universe. It can't come from somebody else. And, you want it to float everyone's boat. If it's some kind of manifestation that you're wishing for where it's going to like impinge on somebody else or take from somebody else, you're probably going to have to pay that back somehow. Karma will come back around. So ask from the universe.
That's the rule in witchcraft. They say when you and if you study witchcraft, they say if you do something negative towards someone, it comes back on you times 10 if it's not justified karmically. It has to be justified karmically for you to I guess to want revenge. I don't know. I don't know who came up with that.
Well, I think it's across different schools, not just the witchcraft, but even in the school of manifestation, I keep hearing that. That's some sacred knowledge dropped by Rob K of the Typical Skeptic podcast, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you watch this show. Rob's got a lot of knowledge. So if we're looking at this, the universe provides, learn how to get it done. You can do it all. You can do your workaday job, but then, set aside a half an hour every day to meditate and clear your mind and focus on your good intentions. And then you'll be accessing divine intuition and manifestation. Another how-to sentence right there, right? All right. Hey, it's the Page of Swords, leading off our conclusion for Mystic Road. New ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating. This must describe like almost everybody who tunes into your show. You're finding a new way to communicate. You're learning about new ideas. Again, we're talking about the spirit world where we're not paying attention enough. They're there to provide for us. Ask the universe. Anyway, so here we are. We're learning about the spirit world and manifestation, and then we're going to end up like the Queen of Cups. Some good cards. The Queen of Cups says compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitive, and caring. It's going to be like staying at grandma's house for the holidays when you're manifesting in a positive way, when you're communicating with the spirit world in a positive way. I don't think I need to comment much further. This is a message brought to you from the spirit world. Mystic Road, thank you very much for letting me read for you. All right. Congratulations on your great manifestation reading.
The next person is Sally Forth, and she's her real name is Tiffany in real life. She's
Sure.
should like.
All right, Sally Forth. Thank you, Sally, for inviting me to read. Please show us a positive manifestation message for Sally Forth. Please tell us what we need to hear. Please show us what we need to see for Sally Forth. Please show us a positive manifestation message for Sally Forth. Whoa. Positive manifestation message. Well, those are the cards I drew, but I do want to show you that when I cut it, our friend, the Nine of Pentacles, showed up, fruits of our labor. So let's get to the great message for Sally. First up, hey, everybody. You saw me shuffle. I think the spirit world loves us. Here's another message from the spirit world. That's when I see this one or the Two of Cups, it's the spirit world telling us how much they love us. But anyway, the Lover's card, I guess there's some other connotations involved with the lover. So without getting pornographic, I'll read what it says on the card here. Love, harmony, relationships, union, partnerships, sexuality, that's the word it says there, passion, values, alignment, deep love, a choice, and the strength of two together. How about the strength of you and the spirit world together? Next up, it's the Hierophant. Again, you saw me shuffle, everybody. Okay, it means we got to learn about it. We need to, even some of us who think we're experts, even some of us as experienced and knowledgeable as Rob, we still have a lot to learn about the spirit world because we don't have a systematic system of instruction. And that's why we all have to teach ourselves and teach each other. All right, here it is. Have faith, have hope. It's the Star card. And I'll read what it says on the Star card. Hope, calm, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality, fortune, good omen, and rejuvenation. So rejuvenation, a lot of times we're asking God for help when we're at our lowest point, which is fine, but then you also can't be dwelling and focusing on the negativity that brought you down there. You have to aim high, aim for the stars on the goal that you hope for. And, whether you're using one of those dream boards and putting up pictures to remind yourself what you want, or if you're going to bed each night, writing something down in your journal about the goal you hope to reach, or even if it's just an emotional state that you're trying to change, your life is great, you're comfortable with what you got around you, but you're not comfortable with your emotions. Well, it's time to start programming your mind. Focus on hope and uplifting positive thoughts. Force yourself to think about those things, especially right before you go to bed. That's a place to start when you manifest. And then, I'm glad the cards are backing me up here. Here's the Nine of Cups. It's the party card. Your wish comes true. I'll read it to you. It says here, wish come true, contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, gratitude. It doesn't say euphoria, okay? But it does say comfort. And it does say your wish comes true. Next up, when you're manifesting, you're collaborating with your subconscious. And if you look at the picture on the moon card, there are two dogs there. And for our story today, they're both barking at the same moon of manifestation. One of them is the dog that's in the 3D and the other one's in the 4D. They're working together to make the music, to make the moon smile. And then here's your 8 of Wands on August 8th, 888. It means travel, it means flight, and it means speed. But in this case, I think it means speed. Again, this second row tonight has been about how to do it. Start off from a positive place. Force yourself to think positively. Have a new perspective. I'm surprised we haven't seen the Hangman tonight. And if you have a positive outlook, you can celebrate. You could be grateful your wish is coming true because you're working with your subconscious to make things happen quickly. I'm having fun, Sally Forth. Thanks very much for letting me read. Oh, this is one of my other favorite cards. This is the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands says to me, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So you can't just wish and you just can't, win with a lottery ticket. It takes work. You have to change your mindset. You have to find out, what's on your mind, what you don't need to think about anymore, what can you release so that you can make room for the new energies coming in.
Yeah, you're really on a roll, Ray. You really are.
It's teamwork, Rob. And then, the cards, look at this. And then you finish up. This is the World card. This is the last card in the major arcana, and it suggests completion. So, again, luck is where preparation meets opportunity, and you complete the manifestation process. Thank you, Anchor Haven, and thank you, Rob. I appreciate the positive feedback, and I hope that was a great reading for I think we were on Sally Forth that time. But these are great messages for everybody, huh?
Oh, yeah, they are. Let me see if anybody donated.
Subscribe to my podcast, Star Card.
Exactly. Yeah. Please subscribe to Ray's podcast. Yeah. And the next one is a girl who's going to be on the show tomorrow. So she's a new person as far as the show goes. Her name is Robin Hyatt, and she's written a bunch of books on angels and like I'm going to find out more about her tomorrow, but she's an amazing author. She's a pretty lady, and yeah, she'll be on the show tomorrow, guys, at 8 p.m. Eastern, I think. Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. So, so Robin Hyatt. Yeah.
That is so exciting. I can't wait to see her on your program tomorrow. Hello, Robin. It's a pleasure to throw some cards for you. Thank you for inviting me to do so. All right. Please show us positive manifestation messages for Robin Hyatt. I get the sense that you say that she wrote a couple of books. She knows a lot about manifestation and the determination you need to show, and being single-minded and set towards your purpose. You got to, advance towards your goal an inch a day. Even if it's just an inch, you got to go forward even just an inch every day. Way to go, Robin. Congratulations on all your books. Please show us a great manifestation message for Robin. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear. Especially if it's a good message for Robin.
So what I mean, she's written a book called The Benevolent Channeled Messages. You guys can get that on Kindle. And then, yeah, she's also written a book called Inside the Lemurian Crystal. And, and then so she looks like she writes spiritual books. Yeah, this is amazing.
Wow, Lemuria, huh? That's interesting.
There's one called The Power of Benevolence. And The Power of the Benevolent looks like about a girl meeting an ET. This is interesting. Like, when she also wrote a book called Leaving Mormonism Behind.
Oh, wow.
You guys can check out her Amazon page, and then you guys will see her on the show tomorrow. It'll be interesting. Sorry, Ray, I didn't want to,
No, I was enjoying what you had to say about Robin Hyatt when you said Mormonism. If anyone's been following my podcast, I have a tie to Mormonism in a past life, but that's another program. Anyway, let's see what the cards have to say for Robin. Here we go. Oh, we were talking about how hard it is to publish books. And here it is, 8 of Pentacles. And I'll read you right what it says on the card. Diligence, passion, high standards, apprenticeship, mastery, skill development, and repetitive tasks. Yeah, that sounds like writing a book. All right. And next up, so I see the 5 of Cups here. And the 5 of Cups guy, again, he's looking at the problems. He's not appreciating that the cups are still standing right behind him. Let's read what it says on the card. 5 of Cups, regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief. I'm not sure how the 2 cards relate, but because I have a different life than most people, I imagine. I live alone. And so if I'm like writing my book, for example, or doing things that I'm pursuing creatively, I tend to miss out on some social interactions. And if there's someone out there who's written several books, it can feel like maybe you're missing out on spending time with cousins and friends and associates and things. Nevertheless, you are on a mission, and the words that you leave behind are going to influence many, many, many more people. And the people that still love you are still going to love you. And they probably love you because you're writing your books, and they love you because, that's that part of you that they appreciate, how hard you work and how determined you are. Anyway, maybe we get some instructions about manifestation here. The 2 of Swords, it's the Crossroads card. And you can see that the woman has 2 swords. She has all the tools she needs, but she is blindfolded. She doesn't have all the information yet. That sounds like a symbolic representation of all of us in manifestation. We have all the tools we need. We don't see what's going on, and we're trying to generate a new path. You're at a crossroad. So maybe this is the instruction sentence again. Hey, didn't we just see the Hierophant card in the same position in the last throw? So we're in a new position. We're going to manifest, but we have a lot to learn. But we should charge forward. There's the Knight of Wands. I'll read you what it says about the Knight of Wands. Energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless, impulsiveness. Impulsiveness. That's like something I would imagine a lot of writers are not that's not something that they would do because you have a routine, and being impulsive doesn't fit into it. But I guess every once in a while on a Friday night, it's good to cut loose. And yeah, why not cut loose? Because the Sun card says all is well. Everything's going to be fine. So focus on, reward yourself for your hard work. Put yourself in a good mood. Follow your joy. And let's see what the Sun card says. Positivity, pleasure, happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth, all is well. Well, let's see how it closes the message up here for Robin. All right, the 5 of Wands. These guys are all hitting each other with sticks again. Let's see what it says here. Competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreement, strife, tension. Well, this card shows up in everybody's life. Okay? However, you're the Queen of Swords. And in my mind, the Queen of Swords always says, you were right. Hey, Robin Hyatt, doesn't matter what everybody else says. You were right. You were right. So, 6 of Wands says, you're going to get public recognition. Enjoy your ticker tape parade. Yeah, congratulations, Robin Hyatt. Thanks for letting me read. That was a lot of fun.
That was amazing. I hope that resonated with you. And I just wanted to show you this. On one of your readings, I was late with this message. Matthew Morian said, good spin on the 3 of Wands. That was smart. So when you get a compliment from him, that's amazing,
That's right. Thank you, master. Thank you, teacher. All right. I get a star on my report card. Cool.
Yeah, and guys, remember that's where Ray, learned all this was Matthew's tarot class. So like the next time Matthew Morian has a tarot class, take it,
Right.
It's really good information. You'll learn tarot. And Robin Hyde says, thanks. Yeah, fun, she says.
Yeah, great. Okay, thank you. Thank you both.
Would anybody else like a reading while we're here? Did we miss anybody? Or, anybody else that would like a reading, you don't have to donate. That's only optional. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Like, I just broke out into a sweat. Oh, my God. I don't know what happened. Like, it is hot up here, but like I don't know if I'm getting someone's clearing me or what. Like I felt like I don't know, like a clearing type energy. It was weird.
Rob, I'm sweating over here too. I might be sharing my heat with you because I'm on fire.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want, I could do one of my things while we're waiting. If you
that'd be great. That'd be great.
Okay, until you find somebody. So I thought I'm getting into this thing where I'm using the tarot cards to compare things. So I want to compare a mainstream astronaut, the very famous Dr. Buzz Aldrin. Let's put that right there. I'll put him right over here. Buzz Aldrin. And then I want to take someone from our neighborhood of the secret space program people. How about Tony Rodriguez? So I would like to invite the tarot cards. There we go. I want to invite the tarot cards to give us like a timeline of these two men. Almost everybody grows up learning about Buzz Aldrin, but there's not enough of us that know about Tony Rodriguez, but a lot of people who watch this program do, and we could see how close the tarot cards come to comparing them. So anyway, let's give this a try.
This will be fun. I like this.
Yeah, cool. This is what I do at Star Card Podcast. On the one I did on earlier this week, I compared the great Roman historian Livy, who lived 2,000 years ago. I compared him to John Whitberg and the history that he's presented. And that was pretty fascinating. But let's focus on Buzz and Tony. Hey, tarot cards, could you please show us a timeline for Tony Rodriguez and Buzz Aldrin? Thank you. Please show us what we want to see. Please tell us what we ought to hear about Tony Rodriguez and Buzz Aldrin. We're going to compare them. Look at their timelines. Tony Rodriguez, who lived on planet Sirius, spent a lot of time in a retrofitted submarine. Buzz Aldrin, who went to the moon with Neil Armstrong and won't tell us all about what he saw out there, probably because he got mind controlled. But he's still such a charming guy. I see him on all the comedy talk shows. He's a good sport, Buzz Aldrin. All right. Please give us a quick timeline showing Tony Rodriguez and Buzz Aldrin. Thank you. They've both been to space. Tony Rodriguez, Buzz Aldrin. Ooh, this card wants to come out. All right, let's see what happens. First up, Buzz Aldrin. He got 4 of Wands, the homecoming card. He was a hero when he got back to Earth. The King of Swords. He is kind of a King of Swords. He's the authority on going to the moon. The 3 of Wands. It took a lot of planning on his part individually throughout his life to become an astronaut, as well as all the people over at NASA planning the moon missions. This is luck is where preparation meets opportunity. Buzz prepared for it his whole life up until that point in 1969. I'm sure that when he was walking on the moon, he felt like he was on the top of the world. He's on top of a hill here. And then the 10 of Wands says it's all the work is done. It was a lot of work, but that's the end of the work. So going to the moon was a lot of work. And the big distinction is, he's the King of Swords when it comes to the moon. He's the authority on the subject. Now let's go see what it says. So I don't know if anyone else agrees with me on this, but now we see how the cards might tell the story about Tony. So here we go for Mr. Rodriguez. Temperance, balance. If you ever see Tony Rodriguez interviews, I know you've had him on your show several times. He is a very balanced individual. I'm sure that if any of us lived through what he lived through, we'd be a little bit angrier. But not him. He's a very balanced guy. He's found a way to work his way through it. And he's helping people now. He's turning it all. That's another example of manifestation. I'm sorry, I have to interrupt myself. He's taken all those pains and traumas he went through, and he's turning it into a positive for everybody. Anyway, good for Mr. Rodriguez. Nice card to start with him. Yes, the High Priestess, he has knowledge that Dr. Buzz Aldrin does not claim to have, okay? He knows about planet Sirius. He knows about slavery off-world. He knows about the weird stuff that's going on around planet Earth. I'm not going to speak too much about it, but yeah, he has some sacred knowledge. And you know what? He's got that Knight of Wands energy. He's pursuing it. He's charging forward. He's not letting anyone stop him. And he's got old world spirituality behind him. Those are those Egyptian pyramids back there. So the spirit world is behind him. It's got Tony Rodriguez's back. And I don't know if Mr. Rodriguez feels like it yet or now, but he should be celebrating because he's doing a terrific job. The 3 of Cups is a celebration card. And I like how it finishes for Mr. Rodriguez with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords reads, mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, surgery. I mean, that totally describes Tony Rodriguez's energetic battles every day, every time he tells his story. So anyway, that's how the tarot cards compared Dr. Buzz Aldrin with Tony Rodriguez. That was a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Rob.
Yeah, that was amazing. We got some more readings now while we were waiting. The first one is Tiffany, and she sent a donation. Thank you, Tiffany. And let me see up what one of her. Here's one of her comments. She says, "I love watching Ray."
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Tiffany. So yeah, great. I'm happy to do a reading for Tiffany. A positive manifestation reading for Tiffany, please. By the way, tarot cards, you're doing a great job tonight. Thank you so much for the help.
Reading with you, Ray. Like, how can people book a reading with you?
So I have an email address. You can go to Star Card Podcast and get one there. You can go to my other companion channel, Tarot with Breakaway Ray. But it's the main email address. I bet your friend Jason puts it in the chat. It's 2rayincalifornia@gmail.com. That's one way to do it. And the first 2 people who do email me for a reading get free readings because I still have a couple of free ones to give away. Anytime I show up on Rob's show, everybody, I'm if you want to donate, you may. You don't have to, but all the donations go to Rob. So thank you very much. But yeah, this is not about the money for me. If you book a reading, I have a message for you then. I'm going to deliver a message.
That's really nice of you, Ray. Honestly, that really means a lot. Thank you. That's really nice of you.
We're all trying to help each other out. All right. Positive manifestation message for Tiffany, please. Okay. We've been getting some good cards. Some of those cards keep showing up over and over again. All right. Here we go for Tiffany. Whoops. I flipped that one over. I don't know why, but that's a good one. You know what that Ace of Wands means to me? It means it's magic in the air. So here comes your instruction sentence. Let's see how this pattern's working. Thanks, tarot cards. All right, fine. All right. So, again, I said this earlier, when I flipped the first sentence, it's usually the tarot deck restating what my intent was. The Ace of Wands already showed up. I instinctively wanted to turn it over. I might as well read it to you, Tiffany. New project, inspiration, urge to create, willpower, desire, power, potential beginnings, new opportunities, growth. I don't know if you have your own tarot deck, Tiffany, but there's the picture. And the first card was the Queen of Pentacles. So nurturing, practical, providing financially, a working parent. Maybe it's a message of make your magic happen, but be practical about it. Maybe work in small steps. A lot of people say, manifest what you want, do the whole thing right now. Get it all at once. What are you waiting for? However, you might say, I'm ready to take this in steps because I got some things I'm working with here in the 3D. Don't give it all to me at once, but there's magic in the air. Hey, it's our friend, the Page of Swords. He's talking about new ideas too. New ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating. Oh, this is the instruction. Okay, this is the instruction sentence. Mental clarity. All right. So, it is totally okay to have a King of Wands idea and have the big idea going and go for it all at once. Make your magic happen. That can be done. And this guy is saying, you might have a lot of goals in mind. Let's take them one at a time. Let's be mentally clear. Let's build one thing at a time. Perhaps. Yeah. So, did I just say that there's a lot of things? So here you are with the Seven of Cups. The world is your oyster. Look at all the different choices you have. Okay. All right. The first time we saw this one tonight, it's the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles says financial loss, a lack of mindset, actual loss, isolation, worry, need, poverty, or insecurity. Well, it seems like something like this would hinder manifestation if you have that kind of if someone has that kind of a mindset, because again, you're just clear on what you want out of all the choices that you have. And then maybe despite this situation, you can complete all that you want to do. Here's the 10 of Wands. It says it's, the job is over. It was a long haul, but you got it all. All right. So let's go to the last sentence. I was going to say, let's go to the last sentence and see if I was right. And the Queen of Swords says you were right. So let's see what it says on the card here. Unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, and perceptive. Maybe this is also, not only are you right, but let's make sure other people don't contaminate your dreams with their dreams. Let them accomplish their own dreams. Here you are. We see this guy over and over tonight, the Page of Wands, limitless potential. You were right. There's limitless potential. You can manifest all that you want, and you'll have the power of the Emperor. All right. Way to go, Tiffany. That was fun. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was amazing. These are really amazing, Ray. You're really good at it.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it very much.
The
I
next
know I'm
one,
getting a lot of help.
you're doing really good. I mean, it's like, yeah. And this next is from Mel, and Mel says, "Hi, friends." She's yeah.
All right, we'll get a read from Mel. Thanks a lot, Mel. I'm happy to read for you. Please show us what Mel needs to see. Please tell us what Mel needs to hear about positive manifestation in Mel's life. Because it's August 8th, the Lion's Portal. Positive manifestation for Mel. Positive manifestation for Mel. Yeah, thank you, Tarot Cards. You're doing such a great job tonight with the positive messages. Here we go. Yeah, awesome. Hey, that's kind of cool how Matthew Morning's in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a dessert card for Mel. Here you go, Mel. There's a dessert card. When we're done with our happy manifestation message, I'm hoping there's something delicious underneath that card. All right, sentence number 1. Yay. Star Card Podcast. At Star Card Podcast, we look at the age of Aquarius ahead of us. Oh, I almost forgot my line. I'm going to start over. Here at Star Card Podcast, we get a glimpse at the age of Aquarius ahead of us. My name's Breakaway Ray. I like talking about the breakaway civilizations and breaking away from the one we're in now. You could do that with manifestation and the tarot deck. And then you want to manifest. Guess what? You got to learn. That's what the Hierophant says. You got to learn. I heard you were doing good on Apple Podcasts. You're up past number 50 now, right, for the world of education?
Yeah. I'm something I've been in the 50s. Yeah, I still can't believe it. Like.
Yeah, you never expected, but cool. So here is the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles says hard work, productivity. Let me get my glass. Hard work, productivity, routine, conservation, efficiency, and responsibility. Channel your energies, have a routine, make manifestation part of your routine, make it part of your daily routine. I don't think I could have exited from my last career if I wasn't on a routine every time I went on my hike and practiced praying and meditating and manifesting. And you know what? You got another knight to back me up there. There's a Knight of Swords. He says, this is what he says about the routine and the hard work and keeping committed. Be ambitious, be action-oriented, be driven to succeed, fast thinking, and defend your beliefs. You got 2 nights in a row so far as the instruction sentence, right? Okay, another hard work card. Here's the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles says, have a long-term view, hard work, perseverance, diligence, sustainable results, and investment. I would say sustainable results are important, and we know about hard work. We know what work is, but I want to also remind everyone that sometimes it's really hard work to relax. Sometimes it's really hard to go on vacation and leave your job behind. I know that there's a lot of teachers out there who feel like I do. You're sick, you have sub-plans, you're at home resting, relaxing, and you can't stop thinking about school and whether that kid turned in that paper or not. So it is hard work, but then there's also the hard work of teaching yourself to relax, getting yourself in a calm state, and finding what comes at you with grace and ease. And then if you do all that, the tarot cards are totally awesome tonight. If you do all that, you get the 10 of Cups, which is your dreams come true. I will go ahead and read what it says on the card. Divine love, harmony, blissful relationships, alignment, inner happiness, fulfillment, dreams come true, family contentment, total love and support. And another thing, besides dreams come true, it leads off with divine love. And divine love, we're talking about love from the spirit world. You know, I would say the spirit world doesn't love a slob. You know, they're going to help someone who's helping them. What did my grandma always used to say to me? God helps those who help themselves. You know, if you're asking the universe for help and they see that you're trying hard, guess what? They're going to come to your aid. They're going to bring you your miracle. Next up, in conclusion, all of our battles make us wise, and we make much more careful steps in the future. This is that 18th time we've seen the Page of Wands, who reminds us that we have limitless potential. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a young man like Rob or an old man like me. You know, every day is a new day, and who knows where it could take you. There's limitless potential. Yeah, sweet. I got another party card. Your wish comes true, so you might as well celebrate. Great manifestation message. Hey, Mel, you're entitled. You deserve this dessert card for that wonderful, fun reading. I hope it's a good one. Yeah, it's the King of Cups. Let's read what it says. The King of Cups says, emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balance, supportive leader, tolerance, empathic. Maybe some of those words also ring true in your life. Hey, Mel, I had a lot of fun reading cards for you. Thank you very much.
That was amazing. Maybe we could do one more. We've been doing, and we can go on a while. This one's from Brandon Watts, and Brandon says, "I love your show, Rob. I watched on Rumble, but I was hoping to get a reading. I usually ask on Rumble."
So yeah, I'd be happy to do one for Brandon. Hello, Brandon. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for watching for such a long time, everybody. I see we're almost an hour and a half in. Wow. It's been a party for me. All right. How about positive manifestation message for Brandon Watts, please? Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear about Brandon Watts and manifestation, making positive manifestations happen in his life. Because we all learn from each other. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear about Brandon Watts creating positive manifestations. All right.
And guys, just subscribe to Ray's podcast. It's really easy. It's youtube.com/@StarCardPodcast. I'm going to put it in the chat now. You guys should all go to subscribe there. If you're on Rumble, you know, come over. Are you on Rumble too, Ray? Or?
I am, but I'm not. The short answer is I got the space, but there's no one living in the apartment. I'm doing everything on YouTube right now.
Yeah, well, it's good to you know, like it's good
absolutely.
To have, you know.
I got a lot to learn, but pretty soon, yeah, I'll start doing things on both platforms. Ooh, you got a double. Wow, okay. All right. I got a message here for Brandon Watts, I hope. Here we go, Brandon. Oh, this must be like, again, a Lion's Gate 8-8 card. Here is the Page of Swords again. He's talking about new ways of communicating, new ideas, curiosity, and a thirst for knowledge, which is why you're watching the Typical Skeptic podcast. Whoa. You know, when you watch the Typical Skeptic podcast, you get the Tower card sometimes, and the world comes down around you. You know, before I started watching Rob's show, it was hard for me to believe that anyone except NASA astronauts went to the moon. I know differently now. Before I started watching Rob's show, I barely understood what tarot was. And now look at me, you know, 4 months after a few lessons from Matthew Mornian, what a magician that guy is. So I'm going to say that with your curiosity, you can change the world around you. Yeah, this is a manifestation message, right? You know, with your curiosity, you want to know how to do it. You can change the matrix that you live in with neural programming, affirmations, prayer, behavior modification. Anyway, so here comes the instruction sentence. Do you find yourself in a 5 of Cups situation? Are you looking at what's messed up and not at what's really great behind you? Then these guys come along, the 5 of Swords, and they got their bad attitude. They're being abusive. Oh, sounds like we're really down, but there's no place to go but up. That's right. Look who's here. It's the Page of Wands again. Limitless potential. You can imagine your way out of any situation. You can imagine your way out of it, whether it's fantasy or just imagining logical steps. You can imagine your way out of it. And you can serve up your own justice by doing so. Again, things got messed up. You were disappointed. Some people were jerks. With manifestation, you can change all that and you can get your justice. And now, our last sentence. Hey, it's the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups says, compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitive, and caring. How about, when your mom is really on and she's really intuitive and she can read you like a book? That's the spirit world. Spirit world knows what's going on in your mind. Okay. Hey, we saw this guy earlier tonight. It's the Page of Cups. Says there's going to be a pleasant surprise. I'm all excited now. Creative opportunities, intuitive messages, curiosity, possibility, happy surprise, dreamer, sensitivity, new love. Both of these cards, the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups, they both said intuition and intuitive messages. Again, the universe is like in your heart. The universe knows what's on your mind and what's important to you. So, Seven of Pentacles says, keep plugging away, but don't forget to have fun. And remember the good times. The Six of Cups talks about happy memories. There's a lot of cups in this last sentence here. That's a lot of emotions. So always remember to focus on those good memories that you have when you're starting your whole manifestation process. I hope that was helpful, Brandon. Again, I enjoyed what the cards did. I especially liked the how-to sentence. That was awesome. Thank you very much, Brandon Watson. Rob, thank you for the tarot lab tonight. I had so much fun. Is there someone else I'm going to do a reading for?
There's one more lady. There's Facebook name's Georgia Hillstrom. I hope she's still watching. I don't know if she's still watching. Like, Georgia, can you let us know? Are you still here? Because I'm afraid she might never see a reading if she's not here, and then she would I'd like to know if she's still here before we do the reading. Because if she's not here, she might not ever see it. I don't know.
Unless she goes, yeah, that's true. She could have just, I'll let you be the judge.
So I don't know if she'll come. I don't think I don't know if she'll. Oh, she's here. She's here. Sorry. Okay, we'll do you next, Georgia. Okay, well, she'll be our last one then. And thank you. I wanted to try to get everybody who asked. You know what I mean? And thank you, Ray.
Sure. I don't. You kidding me? This is so much fun. All right. Hey, nice to meet you, Georgia Hillstrom. Thanks very much for letting me throw some cards for you here.
And guys, remember, I'm going to be live again at 8 p.m. Eastern. Me and Coley are going to interview Peter Maxwell Slattery. That's a big interview from the the mainstream UFO community. But he's associated with James Gilland, who I had on earlier today. And then at 9:30, I'm going to leave that show and I'm going to do one with Missy. And we're going to be talking about weather warfare, Missy Hill. We're going to be talking about other stuff. So it's going to be an interesting night. It's going to be a long night, but it'll be fun for sure.
Dude, it's like a seminar. You run a seminar every day.
I could have put it all together and called it a conference. Literally. But I I don't know.
You're getting an education. I mean, I realize that you're conducting it all, but you're giving yourself an education you can't buy at a college. You couldn't get those people to come to those classrooms and teach. They come to your show though.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ray. I never thought about that.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, congratulations, Rob. I'm always impressed. Every time I turn on your program, I'm all, Rob is going for it again. You're so consistent, and you're always bringing the noise. I love it. Thank you very much, Rob.
Thanks. I like to stay busy. I do that better when I stay busy. I stay out of trouble. I don't know.
All right, so here we go. One more shuffle here for Georgia. She has a beloved pet in the picture. Here we go, Georgia. Positive manifestation message. Georgia, please. Ooh. see, instruction. They want one more. All right, Georgia. First up, it's the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles says a lot of nice, happy messages here. Wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, contribution. And you also got the 4 of Wands, which says celebration, joy, harmony, marriage, home, community, homecoming. It sounds like you're possibly in a very comfortable place. Those are very comforting cards. That's a great place to start from. Someone who has so much, it might be hard to believe that they need to manifest anything, but they probably manifested it in the first place, and they probably have other aspirations. So never judge a book by a cover. All right, let's get ready to manifest then. We got some cards here giving us instructions. First things first, the Knight of Wands, charge. Next up, we've seen her many times tonight, the Queen of Cups. She's about comfort and calm and compassion and nurturing. Love those around you. This feels like a magic trick, Rob. Look, it's the Page of Wands again. All right, the Page of Wands. Inspiration, ideas, limitless potential, discovery, free spirit, exploration, excitement, freedom. I say approach every day like you just retired and now you can do whatever you want because you're coming from a comfortable place. You know, the universe has got your back. You're calm and everything's going your way. All right. And I realize, you know, the 8 of Cups shows a disappointment, but this is a positive maneuver. He's walking away from something that doesn't serve him anymore. You know, let go what's not important anymore. Who cares about that? It's like, well, anyway, walk away from what doesn't serve you anymore. And then the Wheel of Fortune says destiny, it says fate, but it also says luck. So, you know, make your own luck and get rid of the energy that doesn't serve you, that's getting in the way of your luck and your goals. And a goodbye message for Georgia Hillstrom. Okay, so it's the 8 of Swords who says, as much as you can imagine. Now, it does say negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, victim mentality, and entrapment. I just like to limit it to self-imposed restriction or translate it into, you know, as much as you can imagine. If you can imagine it being pretty bad, it's going to be pretty bad. If you can have a positive outlook, chances are things are going to come out great because you'll be looking for that. And to punctuate that, here's the Sun card, which says all is well. As much as you can imagine, everything's going to be fine. You know, if you can imagine it coming out good, chances are a lot of those good things are going to come out. And then the Page of Cups again says it's going to be a pleasant surprise when that happens. That looked pretty magical. I had a lot of fun. Thanks. You know, thank you, Georgia. Thank you, Rob. Let me switch cameras so everyone can see the smile on my face. I had a good time tonight.
I'm glad, Ray. I'm glad you had fun. Mel's laughing. Jason had a great joke. Let me put up this joke from Jason. Jason says, "You'll like this one, Ray." He says, "Did you guys hear about the alien who was obsessed with the moon? It was just a phase."
Ooh, that's hilarious. I'm gonna have to use that one too. Thank you, Jason. Cool.
You have good jokes, Ray. Do you have any good jokes to finish off with, or anything like that? Anything?
Well, you know what? Next time I'll prepare some jokes. Unless you want me to break out the Dogman jokes from the first show last July 4th.
Is there a Dogman joke? I can't remember. See, I do so many shows I forget. So it would be like fresh material, right? Honestly, you know.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I got the Dogman joke. Hang on. It was the very first jokes I said on your show. All right. Hey, thank you so much, Jason. I see you putting that up there in the chat. Okay.
Georgia said, I just wanted to say this. Big guys, please buy a copy. It was nice of Ray to give me the donations tonight. So please buy a copy of Ray's book, support his work, subscribe at the Star Card Podcast, and get a reading from him. You know, he said the first 2 people that contact him, you'll get readings for free. But, you know, it would be nice if you donated something to him because he puts in his time, and he's trying to do this, and I respect what he's doing. I really like him. He's a good friend, and his book's amazing, guys. You should really get his book. I know Kelly said she just started reading it, and she said it's amazing so far. So like, yeah, like please support Ray, and yeah, thank you guys. And Matthew even says Matthew says here. Let me put it up. Matthew says,
thank you, Teach. Oh yeah, I'm glad I'm doing a good job. But every time there's a new report card session, I got to start over and apply myself. But thank you very much, Matthew. So, and Rob, thanks for your kind words and the opportunity to come on your show. Anyway, here's the Dogman jokes. Maybe these will ring a bell. By the way, I tell these jokes John Whitberg style, as I call it, as if I have an alter who experienced this, and I'm sharing it with you here. Okay. Once upon a timeline, one of my clone alters is a teacher on a gigantic spaceship orbiting the Tabby star. This clone alter of mine shares a dorm room with a soldier who is one of the Dogman species. He's a dogman. He lets me call him Fido. The point is, he comes when I call him. I have memories of this dogman soldier coming home from work every day. When I would ask him, how was your day? He would say, rough.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you laughed the first time like that too. Here's one. Oh yeah, I like this one. I'll close with this one if that's okay. I know you got another show to do in a little while. Okay, here I go. Here's a riddle. Why do Klingon males die before their female mates?
Well, I can't figure that one out.
Because they want to. I was gonna make that a joke about Draco males, but I know the network would never allow it. I'm not gonna be the one ushering in disclosure with space race jokes. By the way, I'm pretty sure that there are Draco males out there saying, yeah, that little earthling, that little Italian-American earthling knows of the reality of which he speaks. I like Italian food, but I'm not going to eat this guy, not yet. Maybe he'll make some more jokes to save his life. Those jokes make me laugh, and that's a feeling I would like to explore more. Meanwhile, I'm thinking the Draco females are also probably totally cool with it. They're probably glad I'm making sure everyone understands. And I think I made a bunch of off-world Germans laugh. I bet I made a bunch of off-world Germans laugh when they were trying hard not to laugh because they're off-world Germans.
That's hilarious. And just one more thing, I just wanted to show you this. This is great. Like Brandon Watts said, he said, thank you so much. He was like, that was my first ever reading of any kind. So he got his first reading from you, Ray. Like that's amazing when we can do stuff like that. I'm glad. Yeah, so remember to subscribe, Brandon, and subscribe to Ray's show. And and I'm glad you're with us. And everybody, I'm going to be live again in 10 minutes. So make sure you guys tune in. It'll be live on YouTube and Rumble, not on Facebook this time, because like when you're a guest on someone else's show and streamer, you can only stream to 2 destinations. So that's it might be. I mean, I did it through Rumble Studios, so I think I set it up to stream on one of my Facebooks through that. I mean, we'll see. But I mean, yeah, like and you want to tell the people how to get a hold of you one more time, Ray, before we get out of here? And thank you so much.
Rob, thank you. I had so much fun. It's great to see you and all your friends, all of our friends. Happy 8/8 to everybody. Happy Lionsgate. Hope everyone manifests something positive. Happy to throw some cards tonight. I'm over at Star Card Podcast, which is on YouTube and Rumble. There's nothing on Rumble right now. Come visit me on YouTube. And then if you want a reading, it's to rayInCalifornia@gmail.com. Thank you very much, Rob. I'll be in touch. This was a great time today. I really appreciate coming out. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, thank you guys. And I'll be live in a couple minutes. And thank you to Ray. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And yeah, I understand if other people can't make all the shows tonight, because I understand I do a lot. They're just there for you guys when you want to watch them. You know what I mean? Like maybe like you can't watch everything tonight, but then like you can go back and be like, oh, I missed that show. That's what it's there for. Like if everybody wants to watch every show, that's great. But like they'll be there for you if you can't watch, and then you get bored someday, you can come back and be like, oh, I missed this show, I'm going to watch it. And that's the whole point of it. I want to constantly put out content for you guys. So like, Yeah. So yeah, and this helps me. Trust me. I like to stay busy. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. And